Hi, what I've done here is I've set up a relatively simple and straightforward still life. Still life's called a still life because it's still, it doesn't move around. What we've got here is straight line still life. I've got cubes, I've got cones, I've got cylinders, and they're all painted white. Now you don't have to have this. Just draw a book or a pile of boxes or something with straight edges. Try to avoid the curves if you possibly can at this stage. If you can paint them white or imagine them all white, so much the better. And I've got it on a whiteboard because I'm eliminating all of the complications. All I want to do now is to set up my paper alongside what I'm going to draw. So I've got my easel here and I've set my chair and I'm going to sit. This is absolutely critical because when you're drawing, your head has got to remain in the same place. So your eyes are in one place. Cézanne said, I have a painting from here, I have another painting from over here, and I have a third painting from over here. So keeping your head still is absolutely critical. Have your board vertical alongside what you're drawing and have it at arm's length. Now that may seem a bit uncomfortable at the start, but there's a good reason for it and you'll see in a minute. It will also come easier. Right, I'm just going to turn my back on you and I'll start drawing. So if you can follow me, this is how it goes. Right, I'm sat here, I can see these group of shapes and I want to transfer them across over here. I'm only interested in this stage in drawing the outlines. So I'm interested in that junction there, that they're doing here, edge there, that edge there. I'm not interested in the tone or the greyness. I'm just after the shapes. So I want lines. Now let's show you how you make the first mark, because breaking the virginity of this sheet of paper is absolutely critical. It intimidates you. So don't let it. Start with the nearest central point, which in this case will be this line here. So I want to make a line which is more or less in the middle, so I'm going to make that more or less in the middle of my paper. So I'm going to have a practice. My chair a little bit here. So my arm is at arm's length, right, and my paper can just reach the board. So I'm going to hold and make a line about there. I'm just going to have a practice warming up and then dump the line on. You see how that was done? It was while the arm was moving that I made that mark. So it's more or less vertical, it's more or less in that spot. So I'm now going to work out where the top and the bottom of that is, and I'm going to put my pencil on the bottom of that line and move it across, and that goes about there. Is that right? Check it. Yeah, that's the bottom. Now the top. Put it on the top, move it across. About there. See, this is all done at arm's length. Now I'm going to put the lines that go away from that. So there's a line here. And I can check that angle. I can put my eye on it. My head stays in one spot and it goes across. So it's a line about there. There's another line at the top there. About there. Another line going that way. And I'm measuring. I'll put a line in there. Let's just check that direction is right. I don't want any thoughts in my head now other than visual words. Words about, is that too high? Is that too low? Is that space too big? Is that in the right place? I don't want to hear anything in my head that says, you can't draw. What are you doing here? Why are you doing this? You're crap at this. I don't want to hear any of that. That is the control centre of your brain over here, and it's going to go to sleep. You just carry on with this, ignore it, ignore those messages, shut them out. All you want to hear is visual language. Keep the drawing room quiet. Don't have any chatter, don't have any people interrupting you. You can have a little bit of sound or music. Try to avoid any music that has lyrics you can understand. Opera's okay, as long as you don't speak Italian. Right, so I'm going to carry on here. It's this action of having the paper at a distance, and I can keep the freedom of your arm moving before you put it's a kind of rehearsal. When you're making a mark like this line here, look at this space here. Try to see the proportions of that space. You guess it's about here, probably about there, and then you make the mark. Keep the line loose. Keep your arm moving, and you may make 3 or 4 lines till you choose which one. Later on you can come and you can refine that and make a more accurate mark. But you see how we start off, we're just keeping it real. Well, this is a more advanced one here, this top here. This is one you have to do with a kind of elliptical circular action. So you're sketching the top in. Then the vertical again. Move that down there. Okay. Starting now to get that. All you're looking at is the intervals between these verticals. Boom. Are they right? When you've got a few lines down there, you can make a measurement. Right, here's a measurement. I can put my pencil top on the top of that line there. And I can put my finger on the bottom and just check. That's exactly, it is right. Now I can compare across. And damn me, that is almost, that line should be there. See how far I'm out? But that line has got to be taken out and brought back and made over here. And to make that work, that's got to be over there. Much more. What we're doing here is we're measuring. We're measuring with our eyes. We're using our eyes hard to look at these horizontals and these verticals and just work out exactly where they are. If you want to do this and look hard and put down 3 or 4 lines in exactly the right relationship to one another, that is far better than making 300 lines in the wrong place. Use your eyes. Don't be afraid of settling down and just using your eyes. I want to draw what's exactly in front of you, nothing else. And relax into it. Don't be tense. Don't be thinking. Just let your arm move around. Let your pencil slide over the paper. Enjoy the thing. You can only rub it out. It's not going to kill you. Have some fun, and I'll be back again, and we'll see you at the next stage. There. I'm quite sure that you guys can do something far better than that.